Welcome, everybody, to the Streakers Island podcast, powered by Streakers Gaming. It is I, Jacob Moore, the Self-Proclaimed Sports Analyst. Dan, get off your phone. On your phone like a damn millennial.
I'm sharing the podcast my store.
But we have a couple really big games going on. Key will be joining us momentarily, but for now it is just the three of us. Just the three of us.
Doesn't work, guys. Just the two of us.
I'm making a remix, Dan. Get over it.
Well, it could be a free song.
No offense, Lane's gorgeous, but I don't want to threesome with Lane. But let's get it right into the podcast here. And a couple big games. But first off, we got to get into the first one of the day, which is the Hamilton Ticats, who are looking for some sushi, versus the Toronto Argos, who are trying to save their season from becoming the Titanic.
Oh, ouch.
Look, 3 wins is not good, but you know what? They came off their best game of the year. Hamilton's offense has been struggling a little bit. Their defense has been struggling. If Toronto was going to get one against Hamilton, this might be the weekend to do it. But I want to talk to a Ticat fan here. Who is Dan's favorite Ticat fan, apparently?
Oh, God, I feel bad. Oh, come on. Oh.
Like, look at him, Dan. Look how sad.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant. Come on, no.
But, Lane, how confident are you in your Ticats today?
Oh, I'm worried. I'm so worried, man. Feels like we are trending downwards again, and it feels like the Argos are just got their confidence back. This reeks of an Argos blowout.
Blowout?
I'm scared. We've been so bad. We've been so bad lately.
I don't know about
Argos.
I don't know, man. I'm terrified right now.
I think you got the Argo blinders on right now.
Well, here's how I look at it. Like I said, I've said this so many times. You can't win, like 7 games and 8 games in a row against the same team. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, true.
Now, that is true, mind you. Like, over time, you're eventually going to lose.
You're going to lose against the same team.
Look at Saskatchewan last night. They had lost 3 straight Labor Day games to the Riders, or lost 3 out of 4, sorry. And then they got that huge win off that critical interception at the end from Zach Can't Read a Blitz Caleros.
Yeah, I guess I was an idiot of picking Winnipeg, but I honestly thought Winnipeg was going to win
a hell of a game. That was an amazing game. But every Labor Day games are usually close. And what I think will keep this game close on either side is both of these teams know how to score. I think you have 2 of the best quarterbacks in the CFL going at it right now head-to-head with Bo Levi Mitchell and Nick Arbuckle. But you know who else is one of the best? He.
Yay.
Yet again. I see you're wearing that Edmonton swag because that's our second game of the doubleheader today.
Oh, yeah.
A critical one.
It.
I absolutely had to.
Battle of Alberta.
Did you guys do a gas or ass yet?
We have not.
Okay.
Let's go.
Are you saying you have a gas or ass?
No, I don't. But if you guys did one already, I was going to answer late.
But no, so we're talking right now. Lane's calling for an Argos blowout victory. For as a Ticat fan, he might be going to Hamilton jail. Poor guy. Hopefully he can stop into Michael's first and pick up a mug. But it's sponsored by Michael's. But we could be. But no, I think this game is
Actually,
2 quarterbacks that can move the ball in Nick Arbuckle and Bo Levi Mitchell. Like, these are 2 guys when we're looking head to head. Funny enough, I would say they're having comparable seasons. Yes, Bo Levi Mitchell has thrown a lot less interceptions, which that's the big, the big difference maker between these 2 guys. But when we look at these statistics here, powered by the CFL website, look, Nick Arbuckle, 20 touchdown, Bo Levi Mitchell's 21, Nick Arbuckle, 346 passing yards, Bo Levi Mitchell, 357. Now, mind you, in 1 less game. So, I mean, you look at these numbers and you look at the efficiency rating of Nick Arbuckle, 105, Bo Levi Mitchell, 106.8. Look, I'm calling it. I think this is a battle of 2 quarterbacks that are looking to really put their staple that they're one of the best in the league.
Now, See, the numbers are a little deceptive because you look at it, you say Arbuckle throws double the interceptions and Bo Levi Mitchell. I am Mr. Calculator. So, yes, that is true. However, you've only threw double the interception. He only has one less touchdown. So, he still has 20 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. So, he's still having a phenomenal year.
Also, too, you look at the interception percentage. It's not it's like Bo Levi Mitchell at 1.4% of his passes are intercepted. Nick Arbuckle 2.5. These are still
very
compare it to like Vernon Adams Jr. 3.4, Zach Collaros 4.4. Like Zach Collaros has the worst touchdown interception ratio out of any starting QB.
Nathan York 2.3.
Nathan Rourke 2.3, like 2.3 to 2.5. To me, that's pretty comparable, right? Even 1.4 to 2.5, that's only about a percentage difference. So you gotta remember, because Toronto has not been able to run the ball much this year, they've had to. Nick Arbuckle's been dropping back 30, 40 times a game. Now that could be the big difference in this one with Spencer Brown. He is the starting running back tonight for the Toronto Argonauts. Today, whatever. Before someone calls me out on saying tonight at 1:30. 1:42 in the afternoon. But I'm very curious to see how the running back battle goes because I don't know if you guys would agree. For me, Greg Bell in Hamilton's been a little underwhelming. I was expecting a bit more from him. He's been okay.
I like Augustini better than Hamilton.
Now, Hamilton's getting a lot of reinforcements back, though.
I don't know why they don't use him more.
Lane is rolling up the window so no one hears it. He said the Argos are going to win. Smart, Lane. But you know what? Hamilton's got a lot of starters back. You have Jamal Peters back. You have Deshaun Amos back. You have Katzentonis back.
They're both former Argos, those two guys.
You have Johnny Augustine back. So Hamilton's getting a lot of reinforcements. Well, Toronto, no Coxie and no Daniels.
But you get Polk.
Yes, but how quickly can he get back to game speed?
That's the
I actually put
question.
Daniels on my starting lineup and had to remove him because.
Oh no!
Yeah, get him out of there. He is unfortunately injured for this week.
Yeah,
but looking at the props we have in the Streakers app, which again we have our own sports booth in the Streakers app. So download the Streakers app if you haven't, and if you have, make sure you jump in there to our sports booth under Streakers Island Podcast. Now we have Nick Arbuckle for at least 300 passing yards. Mackay Polk for at least 5 receptions. Over on the Hamilton side, we have Bo Levi Mitchell for 3 passing TDs at least, and Kenny Lawler for 90 receiving yards. And you might be saying, Mr. Moore, the Hamilton props are high. And they are. But last time Mitchell and Lawler faced Toronto, they ripped this defense a new butthole. So I think for Hamilton to win this game, I think Bo Levi Mitchell and Kenny Lawler have to put on a show.
Oh, I totally agree with you.
If I'm a Hamilton fan, which I'm not, but maybe I'm going to go to Toronto jail now for saying if I was a Hamilton fan.
Uh-oh.
But if I was a Hamilton fan, I would really be hoping that Lawler and Mitchell can get some of that magic back from 4 weeks ago. Because I personally find those two have been a little quiet, like that combination. Because basically, if you can shut down Lawler and White, and if it's only Smith you're relying on for the receiving core in Hamilton, there's nothing against Smith. He is a very good. Oh, hold on, hold up, hold. We have some breaking news here on the island. Whoop whoop. Ooh. Breaking news. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers have signed Ontario Wilson. Pokey Wilson is back in the Canadian Football League.
Oh, yeah.
This is a huge move for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. This was their explosive receiver last year.
Wow. Is this setting a match to some last night's lost?
Now, it's interesting, potentially, but it's interesting reading some of the comments here. Who cares? New offensive coordinator is a joke. Now to sign a quarterback to replace Zach.
Oh,
the line still needs help. They need more than that. But then there's another fan. The parade is back on in Winnipeg. So it's a bit of a mixed bag on how Bombers fans are feeling.
Wow.
But I just wanted to get that breaking news in there as soon as I saw it.
Because he was an NFL tryout, correct?
He did, and he was released. So
why didn't he sign him yesterday?
Because they were busy.
No, but I mean, you think you would have played him yesterday's game.
No. The offense was not the problem yesterday.
That's very true.
But no, I think goodbye, Lane, I'll miss you. In today's game, I'm really looking for this Hamilton offense to step up to the plate because, they're coming off a 9-point game. And I think this is going to be a tough one for both teams. I really think it's going to be what team can get a key stop. It won't necessarily be which team can get the most stops because I think both offenses are going to score at a high rate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I expect it to be a shootout. Welcome back, Mr. Dashko. Even though I can't see you, I have faith that you're there. Hopefully he's there. Who knows? The beautifuls of live television. But our stream casting, whatever you want to call it. But when I'm looking at these teams, I think it's just going to be who can get a key stop at the key moment, not so much which defense outperforms, but you look at the game against BC last week for Toronto, it was just when they were able to get a stop.
Right.
That made all the difference, right?
Because they still gave up like 34 points. Maybe when they gave up 34 points, they had a good game, as crazy as that sounds.
And I still think Hamilton has the most attractive defense in the league.
Good to know.
Give them a little old slide into their DMs. But no, I'm really looking. I think this is the one where, let's be honest, neither defense is great. Toronto's defense certainly gives up the big ball, and Hamilton's defense has given up around 900 yards in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
So, Lane, are you confident, though, with those getting, Casantonis and Peters back into the lineup? Do you think this Ticats defense will be better today? Or do you think this Argo, you're calling a blowout? Do you think it's just going to be this Argo offense is just too much to handle?
Well, I hope so. I guess it just really scares me. It's two teams kind of in different directions this year, right? Like last year, you guys were kind of in the saddle and kind of beating up on and then the Ticats kind of just got some good wins, but you guys were kind of strong, and then this year we're kind of strong, but you guys are kind of in the saddle here. But it feels like now you're getting your confidence here. You just had a big win against the BC line. You just blew up Nathan Work in their defense, and now you're facing a team that's, let's be frankly obvious. The Ticats, they're having a good season, but a lot of their wins are coming from last minute plays or last second plays here. A lot of those big wins were last minute plays and 30 seconds to go, getting a lucky touchdown. So, they're going to have just as many losses as wins at this point. And, Kenny Lawler hasn't been great, and Bo Levi Mitchell's been subpar the last 2 weeks. I'm just worried. That's all I'm saying. I'm just worried.
I can see it, but I also think Hamilton's a good team. I don't see them going on an extended losing streak. However, look at the Blue Jays for a prime example. They went on that extended winning streak, and now all of a sudden they look like dog doo-doo. So, I mean, it's tough, right? It's all about focusing on going 1-0 in football. That's your focus. Every week your goal is to go 1-0. But speaking of a goal, the CFL Fights Cancer, Fans Fight Cancer walk has been going on here in the Toronto-Hamilton region. They have a goal by the Grey Cup as a whole. There's a whole bunch of different groups working together towards its goal to raise $100,000. And it's been awesome to see the donations coming in. Dan, you were able to complete about half of the walk, which is phenomenal that you were able to do as much as you do. We don't want to see your feet.
Yeah, we did the math was more than half because I did 40 plus kilometers. They have 65. So I'm not trying to toot my own home, but I'm proud of myself. I honestly didn't think I could walk that far, and I did it. So now I got a goal for next year to complete the whole thing.
Absolutely, but here are some photos from them
pinball.
Today. This is here some of the guys walking with finding Pinball Clemens. Believe
so
this
nice that he met from early. It shows you how good of a dedicated GM he is. He met from in the morning.
I believe this is just over on Barton Street near the Hyundai dealership.
It is, yeah. But isn't that awesome? He met from there. Not even at the stadium, during the walk.
And then at the stadium, we see some Ticats cheerleaders with the fans from both sides of the Argos and the Ticats. And, of course, there's a Saskatchewan Rough Rider fan in there because they're everywhere.
February. Yeah, that's a conference. He's awesome.
But again, it's awesome that they are raising all this money for charity and, raising it for the Cancer Society in Manitoba, which is, again, it's just awesome that they're doing this. And if you are interested in if you would like to donate, I got to stop saying download. If you want to donate, if you go to the CFL Fans Fight Cancer website, which is cflfansfightcancer.com/donate, scan the QR code or click on the donate button here, and you are able to donate. I believe now they have raised $24,004, so they are 24% towards their goal. And I'm sure we will hear more updates about how this is going along, and maybe we'll check in with them later on closer to the Grey Cup to just see how the goal is going.
Yeah, I know there's all kinds of cool different things. Like Ginger Argo, for example, a legendary Argo fan. He gets enough fundraising. He's going to go to Grey Cup festivals in Winnipeg and Ticat clothing, so that'll be quite something to see. The black and orange won't go with Ginger, but hey, that's what makes it fun, right? And then you get Connor was in those pictures we were just showing. He's the one with the beautiful beard. My goodness, he's got a gorgeous beard and gorgeous hair. Almost as gorgeous as Lane. Not quite as gorgeous, but pretty close.
But yeah, Lane's not your favorite Ticat fan.
Oh, come on. And Connor is shaving it all completely off at the Grey Cup, during Grey Cup week, I should say, if he gets enough money. So the $100,000 wasn't just for the walk; it's basically for the whole season. Mm-hmm. And hopefully, we're at 24,000 now. We still got about 8-10 weeks of Grey Cup. Grey Cup's in mid-November. We're just in beginning of September, so it's a good possibility they can hit that goal. So I just want to say too, look at the picture with the Argo fans, the Ticat cheerleaders. I mean, how often do you ever see that? We know the battle of QEW is one of the greatest rivalries of all sports, and it's so nice.
He might argue with you there between the battle between the Elks and the Stamps.
Well, that's a good battle too.
For rivalry.
Sure. But what I mean is, it's great that both rivalries are working together for an amazing cause. So good on Connor, good on Wick, good on Dallas, good on Catherine, the Rough Rider fan. Get on Nick. He's done a lot of walking too. And, it's a prime example too. Nick is on another podcast. And, it's the two podcasters joining together to work for a great cause. And we're not seeing it as competition. We're seeing it as working together for a great cause.
If we weren't all virtually here, we could hold hands singing Kumbaya. Kumbaya. But, there won't be any Kumbayas. The second of our doubleheader. Let's start to preview that game, and we'll do our picks closer to kickoff. And we have the Calgary Stampeders taking on the Edmonton Elks.
Battle of Alberta.
I really feel Edmonton.
You guys all think that Edmonton is going to get blown out 104 to 0.5, but that's not going to happen.
No, I don't actually.
Edmonton is not who they were 2 years ago. They're not who they were last year. This is a new team. You guys do not believe in my guys, but I believe in my guys. There is nothing saying that we cannot win 4 in a row with how we are playing.
I agree with you.
However, there is some breaking news coming into this game. I don't know if the Moore brothers know about this.
Oh.
Adam Bighill is making his debut tonight for the Calgary Stampeders, baby! That's a huge addition for Calgary.
That is, because Adam Bighill is a veteran, right? And he brings a lot of experience. He brings some toughness to that Calgary defense. Look, I think this is going to be a close game. I really do. I think these are two teams that, as much as Calgary has the better record, Calgary hasn't lost yet to a Western Conference team.
Right.
Edmonton is playing some very good football. They are, all three phases are working well. Cody Fajardo, if he was playing like this and was at the start of the year, he'd be in the MOP conversation. He is having a phenomenal season. Justin Rankin, personally, I think by this time next year, we may be talking about a new best running back in the league. And I think Justin Rankin might be that guy. Look, I also think Brady Oliveira, this is his last year in Winnipeg. I think there's going to be some big shakeups coming up.
That's why I did that gas last night.
There's a reason why I always keep my name Oski Rankin-born.
Yeah, Rankin has been... Look, he's that dude.
That's why.
He's basically a traitor. Cool. I am so impressed with what he has been able to do this year, being one of their lead receivers, being able to really run strong out of the back. And I really think he needs to have a huge game for Edmonton to win.
And
I think they can do it. I think this defense is good enough that they can maybe get Vernon Adams into some trouble. VA is having a good year, but he also is doing what he's done in years past and throwing up some interceptions. And if Edmonton, we saw it last night, who both teams made mistakes, but it was who could capitalize on the mistakes. I don't think Edmonton can win without forcing some turnovers, but if they can force a turnover or two and create points off turnovers, maybe get a kick return for a touchdown from Javon Leake. Look, I'm not truthfully, and this is no disrespect to the Elks. Calgary is a better team, but I do feel Edmonton has a very good shot of winning.
I have a gas the ass.
Oh, really? Let's go.
You want to gas their ass, Dan?
Yes, sir. Yeah, lazy now too. Here's a piano thing. Anyway, I knew you would join me one day. Good job, buddy.
Put your gas their ass, Mr. Moore.
Okay. Vernon Adams Jr., as great as he is not in the conversation of best quarterback in the league. Compare us to like Arbuckle and Fajardo and Bo Levi Mitchell and York because of his interception.
Jacob, you shake your head when he says Bo Levi Mitchell. We're gonna have to be talking.
No. Okay. I think Vernon Adams is comparable to those guys, which is why I'm saying
But he gives up the most interceptions out of all of them.
He also creates the most explosive plays out of all of them. With Vernon Adams Jr., it's kind of like, I'm going to compare Vernon Adams Jr. to William Nylander. They will make some of the dumbest boneheaded plays you will see, and then they will also make plays where your jaw's on the ground because you can't believe what they just pulled off.
That's a good comparison. I can see that.
Except I do think that Vernon Adams Jr., I never think it's a lack of effort. Where William Nylander,
no, definitely not.
I think it's a lack of effort sometimes. But
come on, he's my boy.
I get Dan, and you want to see Kevin Brown without a shirt on. He's not playing this game. So
I did see that. I was quite happy.
There you go. But I look at Vernon Adams Jr. and so in case you guys have, for you who haven't known me as long, I have been calling for Vernon Adams Jr. to be given a team and let him run with it for the last 5 years.
I remember.
Back when he was in Montreal, I'm like, this kid's special. He's got the ability to make big plays at big moments. So does Bo Levi Mitchell. But for example, Bo Levi Mitchell is not nearly as mobile as Vernon Adams Jr. I don't see Mitchell rolling out of sacks and then bombing at 60 yards.
No, but he's
a good
still
quarterback.
the Dart King.
And don't get me wrong, he's still an incredible quarterback. I think Bo Levi Mitchell, when you talk top quarterbacks in the CFL, we have a great problem right now. The talent in the quarterback sector in the CFL, I think, is higher than it's been in years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think not as good as the Damon Allen, Anthony Calvillo era.
That's what I was going to say.
Was Ricky Ray dominating the league when he was in his prime? Was he really the only good quarterback at the time? The reason I ask is because I was living in Texas when Ricky Ray was on the field.
Ricky Ray was in the same. He was towards the same era as Damon Allen and Anthony Calvillo, when he was younger. No, there was still a lot of good quarterbacks. Ricky Ray in his era was the best.
Oh, for sure.
Even when he came to Toronto, which a lot of people said he was washed up. I'm rocking my Ricky Ray Argos jersey today.
Oh, that's what you're wearing.
Hanging up on the set. But I'm a huge Ricky Ray fan. I think he's one of the greatest CFL quarterbacks in history.
Oh, he's incredible, dude. He got us 2 great cups at the end of his career.
But are you guys feeling the same way I am about Dan's gas or ass? Because I think VA is definitely a tier 1 quarterback in this league.
I'm ass on that too, for sure.
Yeah, sorry, Dan, you're not my favorite Argos fan, but yeah, I'm ass.
I'm actually ass as well. I just thought it was interesting.
No, you're not. You're full of crap.
I love VA. I always say that. I think VA is one of the nicest guys in the league.
You know who my favorite Argos fan is? I think I think Jacob might be my favorite Argo fan.
Jacob's everyone's favorite.
Take that, Dan.
But I will say this though, VA is a tier 1 quarterback. Cody Fajardo is a very high tier 2. So I don't think the quarterback spread is enough that one quarterback can run away with this game. That's my opinion, at least. Like, you look at Cody Fajardo's numbers of late, he's been dynamite.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's been absolutely phenomenal. I heard someone clapping upstairs. They're so happy about my take. Either that or someone in tennis did something good. Big tennis. There's always tennis on. If you want us to talk more about tennis in the podcast, let us know. Dan's actually a big tennis fan.
Actually, funny enough, when we were doing our walk at our pub we ate at Mississauga, I forget the name of your pub, but you had the best 40 Creek chicken wings I've had in my life. They were well worth the money. But anyway, we were watching tennis at that bar, and people are like, "Oh, who watches tennis at a bar?" Believe it or not, tennis is a good sport too. I love it.
But when we look at
women's tennis is very good.
Cody Fajardo's got efficiency rating of 111.9.
Wow.
Sounds like a radio station.
Yeah.
1,542 yards, 7 touchdowns to 3 interceptions over 5 starts, and a little bit of play in a random game, which was very weird in the 2 times he got in. But yeah, Cody Fajardo is proving that he is definitely still a starting quarterback in the CFL. And I think Montreal was really kicking themselves that they decided to bring in McLeod Buffalo-Thompson and lose on Cody Fajardo to save a bit of salary.
That trade made no sense at all.
It made perfect sense for Edmonton. I mean, I think it's
Well, yeah.
Cody Fajardo. I think we could all agree at this point he is saving Edmonton's season.
100%.
100%.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
not just for a season. He's going to be for franchise guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
for
do
Trey
want
Ford
to.
fans,
We'll talk about this in another episode for sure. But Trey Ford, I still think could be a starting quarterback somewhere else.
Oh, I agree. 100%.
Under the right system, I think Trey Ford could be dynamite under the right system.
100% agree.
But what Cody Fajardo has been able to do to just bring life back into, no disrespect, but at that point, this team felt like it was dying. And Cody Fajardo just went in there, and even the first 2 games that they lost, you started to feel hope in Edmonton. That, like, you know what, they feel they can win games. I would compare it to what Nick Arbuckle has done in Toronto without Chad Kelly. You
100%.
feel the quarterback play can get you some victories. And if Edmonton wins today, which it is possible,
I think it is.
Edmonton is right back in that. They're knocking on the door against Winnipeg. They're tied with BC. The only thing that would hurt them against BC is they lost the season series. Truthfully, I still think if Cody Fajardo was starting day 1, Edmonton might be fighting at least for second in the West.
Yeah.
Right now, they're looking like a
Alberta,
potential
like
crossover.
wow. Yeah.
If Toronto, Ottawa, or Montreal can't get their crap together.
Like I say, Montreal's in that conversation too now.
Oh, yeah,
surprisingly.
big time.
Because Montreal, they don't have a quarterback. I will be interested to see their injury report going into next week.
Kind of hard to play football without a quarterback.
But let's go over the props for this game, shall we? I think we shall. Wrong graphic. There we go.
Where's the music? Bum, bum.
Okay, fine, Dan. I'll play. Dan wants some music. Passing yards. Yes, I ended in 69 because that's how I roll. We have Justin Rankin, 100 rushing yards. Vernon Adams Jr., 2 passing touchdowns. And Damian Alford, 75 receiving yards. Unfortunately, there's no fade out button on StreamYard. I need to redo some of these song tracks I have in here. But look, I think the biggest ones for me is that Justin Rankin at 100 rushing yards. I think he's got to have a big game.
I think he will.
Because I really think if you can put long, sustained drives and keep Calgary's offense off the field, that's your recipe. You look at the games that Calgary lost, they were because Ottawa put together long drives.
That's true.
Especially with Dustin Crum, because between Crum, Stanback, and Ambaboye, they just ran over them all game.
Actually, Key, you can answer this question the best. How's the weather in Alberta today?
It's not cold, it's not hot, it's sunny, so it's perfect. Not really perfect for me. I'm Texan. I need a bit more heat, but
yeah, I bet. Yeah. Well, I was going to say the one game not this one, so I lost a few games. So the one of the games that Calgary lost was that crazy Wayne game.
Oh yeah, that's not
so I thought if it was waning, I could play in Edmonton's favor.
No, unfortunately not.
But no, I think Edmonton has a legitimate shot if they can put long sustained drives together and make it where Calgary's offense has got to sit for a while. Because that's one thing we know of Vernon Adams Jr. He can sometimes be a little antsy and try to force a play that's just not there. He's been better at that this year than last year. Like 14 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, efficiency rating of 107.1, Vernon Adams FM. And 2,435 passing yards. But the biggest number for me for Vernon Adams, he hasn't lost a game when he starts.
Right, yeah.
When he is in, Calgary wins.
Yeah.
That is the big thing. Now, I mean, let's be honest. He's not going to win every game this year, I don't think.
Exactly. He has to lose eventually. So.
He's got to lose eventually, but this is going to be a tough one. Like I said, I think both games today will be very entertaining games.
I got gas so ass.
OMG. O to the M to the G. Lane has to disappear, but Lane, thank you very much for joining. But now let's get right to.
Oh, he's here.
No worries, Lane. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
See you, boys. See you, Keith.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
Gas or ass. Lane leaving the show is pathetic. No, I'm just kidding. Let's get to real gas or ass.
As Jake, whoa.
What you got, or ass, Dan?
As Jacob just pointed out, I did not think of it. VA has won every game he started. Thus meaning PJ Walker has lost every game that he started. Gasso asked PJ Walker will not have a job in the CFL next year.
That is so gas that I am worried that since I'm wearing perfume, I'm going to set my house on fire.
Whoa.
I think it's ass because I actually think PJ Walker has got some upside.
I'm with Key on this one. I think it's ass. I think there's no way he's getting a contract in CFL next year. We have a talent of having too many good CFL quarterbacks. We have more starters than teams, and PJ Walker cannot win a game out of 3 of them. I mean, come on, bro.
I think it's ass. I think PJ Walker, under the right coaching, we saw a lot of good things in his one start.
I did not see anything good.
You didn't. You also fell asleep.
Well, that's how boring it was.
So, no, I think PJ Walker, he's a guy that if I had to throw into a game, I think he's just got to learn to read 12-man defenses versus 11, which takes some time.
And as crazy as it sounds, Labor Day Classics are known for being bloodbaths because they are rivalries, right? Like, all 6 teams that play this weekend hate each other. And maybe that's why Ottawa and Montreal don't play, because it's not the hatred fair. But with all these teams hating each other, it is quite possible that we see an amazing sack and we see VA get injured. If you got to put PJ Walker in the game, I think you're screwed. Now, let's say if Cody Fajardo gets injured, hopefully he doesn't, you have to put Ford in the game. I think you're not totally screwed if Ford has to jump into the game. Same with Toronto. Well, Toronto, we don't really know because of the rookie quarterback. That could be a crazy one. He could come in and dominate like Alexander, or he could be like PJ Walker. Hamilton, you got Powell, so Hamilton will win that one. But with these Labor Day games, you look at the drama happened last night. You literally never know what's going to happen.
That's very true, but let's obviously hope for no injuries on either side.
Oh, yes, of course.
As we want our teams to win, we don't. I hate to see a team win or lose in that fashion. But
of course,
look, I think we have 2 exciting games coming up. We know the props. We've kind of previewed both teams, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We know that Edmonton's defense, I think this is a game that they're going to need to step up a little more than they have been, because I think for how much money they've spent, and look, they're going to be without Jared Brinkman again, which is another big loss. But Calgary, yeah, they're getting Adam Big Hill back, but they're losing Adrian Green tonight.
I just want to say, too, with Adam Bighill, huge shout out to him. He's been injured all year, but he's been on the sideline every game, and he's been at practices. He's been in the locker room motivating because, Calgary has a little bit of a younger defense. Because the defense suffered a little bit by bringing in guys like VA and Wimes and the number first overall pick and all of this stuff, right? And I think that's a difference. I think Adam Bighill, even though he hasn't played yet, is a difference to Calgary's turnaround this season over last year. I'm
sorry. The big difference is Vernon Adams Jr. You put.
No, I get that. I'm not taking that away from him. I'm just saying he's adding a part to it
and changing the entire defensive line. And I think for Edmonton, the biggest change was just putting Fajardo at the helm.
And I will
just as a quick update, the Toronto Blue Jays are losing 2-0 in the fourth to the Cincinnati Reds.
Ouch.
Yeah, you guys made some pretty stupid mistakes this morning. But no, I think Edmonton, we suck at causing turnovers when it's 3rd and 1. But if it's 3rd and 2 and up, we tend to really push it back pretty far. So I don't know what that's about, but we are really good if it's more than 3rd and 1.
I will say of Edmonton, I think their defensive line has been a little underwhelming for how much money they put into it.
Yeah.
Like I want to see more. Like Jake Ceresna in Toronto look like one of the best defensive linemen in the CFL. Jake Ceresna back at Edmonton this year, it's been good, but I wouldn't put him up there with Chatfield or Hutchins in Calgary or Chatfield in Toronto.
No, I wouldn't either.
I'm looking for that defensive line. When you mentioned that, Key, I'm looking for that defensive line to get a big 3rd and 1 stop. And in Calgary, I think their biggest problem is sometimes they look for the big play that just isn't there. So if you get, if Edmonton can maybe bait VA into where you sit the zone a little further back, you watch his eyes, he throws, and you can jump the route.
Yeah, we're good at that kind of stuff.
That's the stuff I think. I'm waiting for Tyrell Ford to get a big pick, to get another pick 6. Right? I think he's the type of guy that could maybe really turn things around for Edmonton if that game gets out of hand. We're not saying it will, but or if they need a big play, kind of like when Edmonton was playing Montreal and they needed that big play. Defensive line did a great blitz. McLeod Buffalo Thompson decided to try to do his best Patrick Mahomes impression, do a sidearm throw while being sacked. It didn't work, and it was a pick 6. I'm going to say on the other side for Toronto and Hamilton, I think you just want Toronto to be able to find a way to continue to run the ball. They actually had a really good running game for them last week against BC. Let's see if they can continue that and continue that momentum with Spencer Brown being not just the feature running back. He's the only running back. DeHonte McMahon is not in this one. And if you're Hamilton, look, Nick Arbuckle has been pretty lights out with minimizing the turnovers, but he does fumble the ball more than any quarterback in the CFL. Get some pressure on Toronto's weak offensive line, although Ryan Hunter is back in the lineup, which will make a huge difference to that offensive line, and try to rush Nick Arbuckle because he doesn't have Coxie or Daniels to arguably his 2 best receivers to maybe make a big catch for him. Now Mackay Polk's back in the lineup. Dejon Brissett's coming off his best game of his career, and Jake Herslow's on a crazy run. So maybe those guys can kind of pick it up. But those are kind of the key areas that I'm looking into. But I think it's time now that we grab our cell phones. They say no phones in class, but anyone who thinks that I'm wrong is about to get schooled. But let's pick up those cell phones and dive right into the Streakers app. Now, when we're looking into the Streakers app, remember this podcast is powered by Streakers Gaming, the ultimate place to gamify your life. You want to gamify how long you're going to be in the bathroom because you're sick of your cousin taking too long on the toilet? Put it in the app. Do whatever you want. But let's get right into these and let's get into our picks. And I want to start off, obviously, with the game that's about to kick off in about 15 minutes. The Hamilton Tiger Cats versus the Toronto Argonauts. And Key, I'm going to let you go first because I think we already know what Dan and I are picking in this one. We know Lane picked Toronto, which is a shock. So who are you taking in this one, Key? Hamilton or Toronto?
I'm sorry, Bo. I love you more than anything, but I'm gonna go with Toronto. I think.
Wow.
Buddy, Bo, you gotta stop getting sacked there. You're almost like Zach. But I think it's interesting though. Bo Levi, I think, is my favorite quarterback, but Fajardo's on my team. I think Caleros is Dan's favorite quarterback, but he's
no, it's actually not. I just like this way the history repeats itself. I think Caleros is going to figure it out. Chad Kelly's my favorite, but
funny enough, my favorite quarterback is Vernon Adams Jr. and he's in Calgary.
Oh,
so, but Mr. Morpho, are you sticking with your Argos or are you going to go off the board?
Argos.
Oh, geez, advance for anyone wearing headphones. And I'm also going to take the Toronto Argos in this game. When Lane's calling for a blowout, I don't think we're going to see a blowout.
No, we're not going to see a blowout. No,
this is going to be a good game.
High scoring shootout game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
under 63.
Yes. Which I think it'll be a close game, but I think Toronto will find a way to get one key stop. That's what this defense has been known for over the last 5 years. It's not the best by any means, but they get that one key stop on a 3rd and 1 at midfield when the other team's driving that turns around the whole game.
Yeah, exactly.
That will be the difference maker. But now let's jump over to the West and let's talk about the second game of the doubleheader, the Calgary Stampeders versus the Edmonton Elks. And I think this game's going to be close. Yeah. I think this could come down to a final drive field goal. That's how I think this game will go.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, I think Calgary will win, but I think Edmonton is going to send a statement to people doubting this team with how close this game will be. I think this is going to be a statement game for Edmonton with Calgary getting a narrow victory. That's my 2 cents on it. Key, are you sticking with your Elks? I still feel weird calling them the Elks.
No, I'm going all EE. Look, we got a new punter. We got old punter, whatever you want to call it. He set punting records, okay? That guy is gonna get safeties. He's gonna put Calgary in a position where they're having to punt early, and I think Leak is gonna have something to prove tonight on the returns. He's not all there, but he's getting there, and I think tonight's gonna be explosive for him. Rankin, you're going to see him have his best game ever yet, and it seems like every other game he's having his best night yet, but you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm going all the way with my EE.
So, Mr. Morpho, you are the tiebreaker.
Oh boy.
Are you sticking with Calgary? Because I know you were saying Calgary before, or maybe you were saying Edmonton before. I don't remember. Who are you taking?
I'm going with Edmonton on this one.
Yeah.
I really am. I think it's going to be 4 in a row. I mean, I think it comes down to Cody Fajardo. Right? He's been the difference maker all year. I don't think we've seen Fajardo versus VA yet. And VA does make the highlight plays, which is so exciting. But he also makes the highlight interceptions, too. I think Cody Fajardo is better at managing the clock. I think the Key's point, I think punting is such an underrated part of this game, and it's probably one of the most important parts of the game and no one talks about. You look at Toronto with
come on, buddy.
Oh my gosh. I love the guy.
Haggerty.
I think I was going to say Hunter. I wasn't there. It's guy Coxon. Haggerty is one of my favorites. I think he's one of the best punters in the league, and he gets no credit. I mean, he's so underrated. The one thing I will say to Calgary's point, Phil, I agree with Kia. Edmonton's kind of bad, I hate to say it, on a 3rd down short yardage situation. And that's another key position that's very underrated is short yardage quarterbacks. So that could be a factor in this game. I don't know.
Now, see, I think Edmonton, they're fine at getting 3rd and 1s. I don't find they're the best at stopping 3rd and 1s.
Oh, that's what you meant. Sorry, okay.
But I'm very curious to see, by the way, as much as I joke around, I don't think you guys are out to lunch by picking Edmonton. I think Edmonton is a better team than people are giving them credit. Actually, let's quickly recap the power rankings I had going into this week. Because when we look at the power rankings I had going into this week, look, I do have Edmonton ranked at 3 and Calgary ranked at 1. So I'm not saying right now that I don't think these two teams are that far off from each other. That's why I'm saying it's going to be close.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Actually, realistically, even Hamilton at 4 and Toronto at 7. Look, we've seen 7 teams beat 4 teams in the power rankings. I think these rankings could be jumbled quite a bit by the end of the week.
Oh, I think so. And I mean, that's the $1 million question in this game. Are we going to see a shootout or are we going to see a defensive battle?
I will say this. If it's a defensive battle, I think that's advantage Edmonton, even though Calgary statistically has the best defense in the league. I just think Edmonton, I don't know if Edmonton can go shot for shot with Calgary. That's my only concern if this becomes a shootout, just because Calgary's offense is just a little more explosive. Like if Edmonton, the receiving core isn't up to the same chutzpah, we'll say, as Calgary's. It's good. Like Curly Gittens Jr. is having a really nice season. Julian Grant has had a nice bounce back after a couple bad drops. And Justin Rankin is the best receiving running back in the league.
He took a pill and he bounced back.
But it's kind of, it ends there. With Calgary, they're getting Dom, I believe Dom Rhymes is back for this game. And I did not mean to put that over anyone's face, but that's okay. But I just look and I think that Calgary is just a little bit better than Edmonton. Now, I'm going to say this. If Calgary loses and Edmonton wins, I think Edmonton could be jumping up to second in the power rankings. If they find a way to win 4 straight, including beating, I think, the best team in the Canadian Football League.
Nice.
Then, yeah, I think they could easily be jumping up. But since we made our picks, why don't we quickly, before we wrap up today, let's go over some of the depth charts for these teams. And we'll start with the Calgary Stampeders here, and I'll make it a little bigger so Dan doesn't eat the screen. And, we are getting Rhymes back. Jones is back. Alford is back. Barnes has been a pretty good player for this team offensively. And, I mean, Dietrich Mills is one of the best running backs in the league. But I think the big thing will be if they can find a way to get through this offensive line and put some pressure on VA. Is this offensive line, I would rank them like a B-tier offensive line. They're not the best, but they're not the worst.
Okay, Kim.
So I'd be looking for Edmonton to try to get some real pressure on that. What do you guys think when you're looking at that roster?
I think the fact that Alfred is back and Wimes are back was a huge benefits to Calgary. Same with Adam Bighill. I mean, I think Calgary was a good team before, and now they're even just better.
Well, as an Eskies fan, of course, I'm not happy about Bighill at all.
No, because, I mean, let's be honest, Adam Bighill, I do think, adds to that defense in Calgary. It just brings some real veteran presence. But when we take a look at Edmonton's depth chart, which I'm going to pull that up now, Brinkman is listed as a game time decision. So I didn't think he was playing, but maybe he is. We don't know.
Ooh.
But I'm looking for this group of Serezna, Taylor, potentially Brinkman and Barlow. This is the group that I think when I'm looking at Edmonton, this is the group that has to step up for me. I think this is where this game you have a legitimate chance to try to gain some momentum. And I've made that bigger for you guys so everyone can see it. I'm really looking for that defensive line to step up because, like I said, if you can put pressure on VA, that gives you a better chance. But it's just the receiving core for Edmonton. Like, I'm not being a jerk. It just does not compete with Calgary's.
No.
You got Victor, who's been up and down. Gittens is having a really good year. Julian Grant. Arkell Smith is actually a guy I think could be used in this offense a little more.
I really like Gittens as an Argo. I think he was a little underrated as an Argo. I've always really liked him.
Now, as you said, though, Jake Julian is back in for the Elks. Because he was in an NFL stint as well. Didn't work out for him. But he was punting the ball 65, 70 yards sometimes.
I can't believe the NFL didn't keep him.
I'm very, very surprised about that personally.
Like, there's a lot of times the weak points in the NFL is in the kicking game. And you think about CFL, it's got some of the best kickers in the world. A lot of them come from Australia of rugby. But the other thing is CFL ball is a lot bigger and heavier. It's the fact of kicking a CF ball 70 yards. How far are you going to kick an NFL ball? Like 80? Like, it's pretty impressive.
It is, but like I think for Edmonton though they got to be happy to get this guy back.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Oh, ecstatic.
But now let's take a look over into the Eastern game, which kickoffs in about 5 minutes.
Ooh.
We have the Toronto Argos depth chart here right there on your screen. And yes, I will make it bigger before Dan says you can't see it and eats and
double blue.
But I'm looking, this offensive line has been a lot better. Actually, I've been really impressed with Kemp. Boos is drastically improved. And I think bringing back Ryan Hunter is a really big help. But the concern for Toronto defensively, you have no Sluka, who is out with an ankle injury.
Mm.
That's going to be tough, right? Sluka has been a guy
Sluka's
that's been able to make some
player.
key plays in key moments. And the receiving core, right? No Daniels and no Coxie.
Yeah,
but you are adding Mackay Polk back. It'll just be how quick can Mackay Polk get comfortable. For Toronto, though, I'm watching for Spencer Brown, Nick Arbuckle to not make the critical mistakes. And this linebacking core of Judge, McManus, and Dozer, I think, is one of the better linebacking cores in the league. So this is the group that I think is the leadership group of the defense that's going to have to step up and make some plays.
100%.
Like, is there any besides of Coxie and Daniels out, obviously, do you guys think that Toronto offense can keep rolling even with those guys out?
I think so.
I think a huge benefit of Toronto, no one's going to talk about, is Hunter. Hunter, unfortunately, was in a car accident earlier this season. He was a pedestrian. Back was hit. And he's recovered nicely. And he's a huge leader of this team. I mean, he's been there for both Grey Cup championships. He's been Argo a long time. And I'm sorry to say this. It's not CFL talk, but I gotta say it. I forgot. Yesterday, we talked about the accident. Yesterday was the anniversary of the Goudreau brothers getting.
Yeah, hit. I saw that.
I meant to say something in yesterday's episode. I'm just sorry I'm not quick myself with my foot, so I did forget to mention that. But just want to say a huge shout out to the Goudreau family. I'm so sorry what you went through. Rest in peace. It's so hard on the hockey clubs too. And, I just wanted to throw that out there. It's unbelievable how quick a year has gone by, right? And, I still think it would have been the right thing to do if EA Sports putting Goudreau on the cover over the.
I do agree with you. I think Goudreau should have been on the cover, and obviously we hope the families do.
If I was the Kachuk brothers, especially them being such good friends and being teammates in Team USA, I would have denied the cover as they give it to Goudreau.
Yeah, that was pretty unclassy of them.
It really was. I didn't think of that before, but that's what I was talking about. I was like, wow, that's what I would have done because they go on, oh, he's my best friend. If my best friend got killed, I would have been doing it. I could get a cover in every year. Give it a Johnny.
Exactly.
But before we wrap up, because we got to go soon, kickoff is very, very soon. I never want to miss the beginning of a Labor Day classic. We have the Hamilton Ticats roster. No, don't apologize, Dan. It's a great, it's an important subject to get into. But when I'm looking at this Hamilton Ticats team, I'm looking for this defensive backcourt to be able to create turnovers off of Nick Arbuckle. I'm looking for Jamal Peters, Moxie, and Amos to have really strong games for them.
That's going to be, they're going to
and watch for Stubblefield on some exotic blitzes. We know he was very good at them in Montreal. Watch for him to be able to create some exotic blitzes to be a big difference. And on the offensive side, look, I'm waiting for Shamar Bridges to have a breakout game. He's having a sophomore slump. Maybe this is the game where he finally gets going with the defense so focused on Kenny Lawler. Maybe Bridges is the odd man out that gets left open. But when we kind of look over these depth charts, as much as maybe the records aren't as close as fans would think, both teams have big players that can make big plays in big moments.
Oh, 100%.
But it is time we wrap up for the day. Not for the day. We'll be back. We'll be back for post-game shows, of course. But thank you very much for watching the Streakers Island podcast. We'll be back after the Calgary versus Edmonton game to break down everything. And, of course, our pre-record show will be dropping this Tuesday, a.k.a. tomorrow. So thank you very much for watching. I will even put up the thank you screen. So thank you for watching. I'm the self-proclaimed sports analyst, joined by More for Your Money and Key.
Gotta say a huge shout out to the CFL Fight Cancer people. Enjoy sitting in the seats during the game today. Enjoy sitting down.
Yeah, they well deserve the seat. Deserve the seat. Get yourself a couple nice drinks, whether it's alcohol or non-alcohol, or maybe just get the free. By the way, you can just ask for a cup of ice and keep refilling it with water. Lane discovered that last game. So there you go. Little hack if you're going to a Ticat game. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back after all the action's wrapped up.
Bye-bye.